back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing a full face of Dior makeup. So I went ahead and gathered a bunch of Dior makeup and I have it all laid out in front of me here. So we're gonna do a full face. There may be one or two exceptions of items that I don't quite have, so I'll do some replacements, but yeah, it's gonna be all Dior makeup today. And this was viewer requested, so I hope you guys enjoy today's video. So before we dive in, you guys know, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or our hot coffee. Let's have a sip, let's get started. In the comments, some of you write that you don't like coffee, so you grab a smoothie instead. Some of you have bubble tea instead. Whatever you feel like drinking, just have a sip and let's get started. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and use a primer. I'm going to go ahead and use the Dior DreamSkin. Now, I believe this is like somewhere between skincare and makeup. It's very radiant. It makes your skin very glowy. So I've always had it described to me as something between skincare and makeup. And it's a thing you use right after all of your skincare and before you apply your makeup. So that's what we're doing today. Now the next step for me after priming my face is always eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and fill them in. I am using the Dior Show Brow Styler. This is number 002 Dark Brown. So this is a very, very fine tip brow product. I really like this. I don't understand why this brow product doesn't have more love and recognition in the makeup world. I also use Anastasia Beverly Hills for eyebrows and they are good products, but I'm just saying this brow styler is really good, especially if you want like really small, precise strokes in your brow. They're really good. And I have not actually done my eyebrows on camera in years, so hopefully this goes well. Okay, so eyebrows are sisters, not twins, so they look sort of similar. Moving on to eyes. Now, I usually prime my eyes before I put on eyeshadow, but I don't have a Dior eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to go ahead and use my NARS eyeshadow primer. So for the eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and use the Dior Backstage Cool Neutrals eyeshadow palette. This came out last summer and it is still available for sale. Now in this palette, you will see that there is a primer here on the top, but I did a full review of this palette last year and I really don't like the primer that comes in the palette. It doesn't work well, it just kind of smudges and creases and it's really not a good product, but every other color in the palette is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and start off with this color over here. And this will be our transition color. The only downside of this palette is that there's no mirror, so I'm always tempted to go like this and then I realize that there's nothing there. And then taking whatever's left on the brush, I'm just sweeping it under the bottom lashes. And I'm going to go down into this matte color down here, and I'm going to place this in the crease. I really like this palette. I kind of forgot how much I enjoy it because I don't have that many cool toned neutral palettes. I'm definitely more of a warm toned girl, but every now and then it's kind of nice to just throw something different into the mix. And I remember why I like this palette so much. I find the shadows are very easy to blend and I like the entire color palette here, like the entire story. It's very easy to follow. You have your mattes, your shimmers, darks, lights, and if I'm not mistaken, Dior also has a warm toned palette and also an amber one that just came out this year. It's much warmer, more reds and oranges, but I just really like this. And the entire Backstage collection with Dior is much more affordable than their regular products. I think you end up getting more product and it's less expensive and the packaging is not the same. It's not the same like heavy luxury item, but it's still Dior and you get more product for less money. So anyway, I'm just rediscovering why I like this palette so much. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the top shimmer color in the middle here, and I'm going to place this on the center of the mobile lid. Actually, I think I want to do something else. I'm going to mix that shimmer color, but I'm going to go into this light pink shade here, and I'm going to place this on the mobile lid first because I want it to pop a little bit more. There we go. Because I forgot that that shimmer color is almost more of a topper. There we go. And I'm going to place a little bit of that shimmer color over top of that light pink. Okay, let's go ahead and do the face makeup and then we'll finish up the eye look afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Dior Face and Body Foundation. This is part of the Backstage collection because this one is very light and fluid and doesn't feel very heavy. I have one of the new Dior foundations here, the Dior Forever Skin Glow. And this one here is definitely more heavy. It's more like a medium coverage foundation, but I am just such a wuss when it comes to foundations. I love BB creams, CC creams, light to medium foundations. And so honestly, it's really hot right now and I don't want to wear anything heavy on my skin. So I'm gonna go in with a Dior Face and Body Foundation. And I'm gonna go in with a wet sponge. I think this color is a little bit dark for me right now. I think I bought it at the end of a vacation or something because it does look a little bit more tan or golden on me right now, but it's still like passable, but I think this is definitely a foundation that I wear more towards at the end of the summer. I want a little bit more foundation, but I don't want more dark color. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix a little bit of the DreamSkin with the foundation to just get a bit more product on my face. I'm mixing it with the DreamSkin to just even out the color a little bit more and not hopefully make it too dark. Okay, so now we're moving on to concealers. Now, shockingly enough, I don't own a Dior concealer, which is very surprising because I have a whole drawer of concealers. None of them are from Dior, and maybe that should be my next purchase. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. So in the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, I am in the shade Medium 1 Custard, and in the Dior Face and Body Foundation, I am in the shade 3WP. For the longest time, the NARS concealer, the Creamy Radiant one, was my absolute favorite concealer. I repurchased maybe 3 or 4 tubes of it. That's how much I loved it. But then I tested out the Clé de Peau concealer and that one is pretty amazing too. I think like Clé de Peau is my favorite and the NARS one is my second favorite. But anyway, what are some of your favorite concealers? Let me know. I would love to discover some more great concealers. And then I'm just taking a concealer brush and just sweeping on the inner corner here. I'm just picking up a little bit of concealer and bringing it on the inner corner, just making sure that everything is like bright and awake and open. Okay, now that that's done, let's go back into the eyeshadow palette. Let's go back into this dark matte color down here, and with a more tapered brush, I'm just gonna trace some of this dark color on the bottom lashes here. Okay, so let's move on to mascara. I'm gonna go into my Dior Pump and Volume HD mascara, and I'm gonna put on lots and lots of mascara. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and use the DreamSkin Mineral Nude Bronzer. This is part of the Dior Wild Earth Summer 2019 collection, but when I checked last, it is still available for sale. So we're using this for bronzer today. I really don't need that much because this foundation already gives me a nice little warm glow, but we're just gonna add a little bit more. And now let's move on to blush slash highlighter. I'm gonna go into my Dior Backstage glow palette. This is the face glow palette. It's a highlighting palette. This is 001. This is the original one that came out last year. I believe my friend Angela Van Rose picked up the new one that came out this year. It seems to be more golden, more warm maybe. Anyway, she did a whole video on it, so if you want to check that out, go check out her video. But I'm going to use this one today, and I'm going to use this pink blush here at first, and then I'm going to go into the gold color as a highlighter. Now for the lips, I'm going to use my Dior Lip Maximizer. This is the one with the hyaluronic acid. I think this is one of the new colors that came out this spring. So it's number 012, and I believe it is called Rosewood. It's kind of just like a perfect little nude color. So there you guys go. This is the finished look. I really like how this came out. Again, I kind of am rediscovering the Cool Tones palette from the Backstage collection. I totally forgot how much I love it. It's so pretty, and it just makes my brown eyes look so nice. I often shy away from cool tones because since I'm more warm tone, I always gravitate towards warm tone shades, but as you can see, sometimes it's nice to contrast a little bit. I'm only realizing now that if I wanted to take this look an extra step, I could have done my nails with a Dior nail polish, but unfortunately I have a Chanel nail polish right now, which I know is like a huge clash. Like, I feel like Dior and Chanel are probably each other's biggest competitors in life, so I always find it really funny when I use both brands at the same time. I don't know, I just really get a kick out of that. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of today's video, and also feel free to let us know what are some of your favorite Dior products. I would love to know. I feel like I know Dior very well, maybe not as well as Chanel, but I'm always interested in finding out what people really love about a certain brand, because it's always interesting to test out for yourself what they love, you know? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys got some inspiration on using up some of your products at home. I know it's fun to collect new ones, but also it's good to go through our old stuff sometimes too. So anyway, hope you guys have a beautiful day. Again, thank you for stopping by, and I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.